Pesachim Daf Kuv Beis. Today's email comes from Reb Pesach Waxman. He says he's been traveling a lot in the States for family Simchas Baruch Hashem, from Dallas to Lakewood, Marlboro, Florida, St. Louis, Baltimore, Chicago, all the while trying to get back to Eretz Yisrael. He canceled his tickets many times. And he says, I'm still with the shir daily on YouTube. Please send regards to the MDY Chevra. The daily shir is my only constant during these crazy times. Thank you, Eli. If you come to Chicago for Pesach, I'd like to meet you again. Pesach Waxman, thank you for Pesach. So, we were discussing the other day, if somebody starts out eating in a house, something that requires a Birkas Hamazon or Bracha Mein Shalish, either Shivas Haminim or bread, according to the Rashbam Shivas Haminim, according to other Rishonim not Shivas Haminim, and he leaves by mistake, says the Gemara that we have a machlokes here. It says a case, what if you have Chaverim that in the middle of the meal they got up to go to shul, to daven, or to learn, and do they have to make a bracha when they come back? Do they have to make a bracha when they leave? According to the Tanna Kama, they don't have to. Rabbi Yehuda says, provided that they leave somebody behind. So you see this idea that you have to leave somebody behind according to Rabbi Yehuda. And Rav Chizda will hold like the Tanna Kama, you don't have to leave anybody behind. Even if you don't leave anybody behind, you don't have to make a bracha. You see the same thing in the Braisa. It says Mefurish. You had Chaverim that were sitting to eat, and they were drinking wine. Now wine is something they have to make a bracha mein shalish. And they left, and they came back. They don't have to make a bracha. According to Rabbi Yochanan, we said that anytime you leave, you don't have to make a bracha at all. Shinun Malkum doesn't require you a new bracha. So why does it give us a case of wine? Gemara tells us to tell us that Rabbi Yehuda says in a case of wine, even wine, you still need to leave somebody behind, like an older person, a sick person, anyone, to be a shomer. Otherwise, it does require bracha according to Rabbi Yehuda. If people were eating a meal and all of a sudden it got dark, it became Shabbos. According to Rabbi Yehuda, we had this machlokes already. You make kiddush, you have to stop the meal, make kiddush, and only afterwards you make Birkas Hamazon. According to Rabbi Yossi, you can continue as long as you want. When you're done with the Suda, then you make kiddush. Says Rabbi Yossi, but you need two separate cups for the wine. One for Birkas Hamazon and one for kiddush. Why is that? Because you can't do two kiddushos on one cup. The reason is because we don't make mitzvahs chavilos. We don't make them bundles. We don't want to show that the mitzvah is a maso, it's a burden. We love the mitzvahs and we'll take care of each mitzvah individually. However, if a person only has one cup of wine, so of course he'll make the Birkas Hamazon and the kiddush on that one cup of wine. Now that's dafka halacha when it comes to Birkas Hamazon and kiddush, or Birkas Hamazon and Havdalah, because they're two separate things and you shouldn't make chavilos. However, kiddush and Havdalah, like we're going to have this year on Pesach, kiddush for Yantiv and Havdalah for Shabbos, Matzah Shabbos, then that you could do on one cup of wine. This the Yantiv, the first day of Yantiv. All you need, a person obviously has plenty of wine. He needs it for the kaisis. He has a lot of wine. And Abaye says, Yak zina, yayin kiddush, zman, which is shechiyanu, ner havdalah. And Rava says, Yak nahaz, the famous Yak nahaz, like Mipaskin, yayin kiddush, ner havdalah, and at the end shechiyanu. And he has plenty of wine, and still you do the kiddush and havdalah on one cup of wine. The reason why we don't have psamim in all of this, when it's Matzah Shabbos going into Yantiv, so according to the Rashbam, it's because on Shabbos, when you have that extra neshama, and Matzah Shabbos comes and that extra neshama leaves, so you make a bracha on psamim to give you that kishmak. But going into Yantiv, you have the extra neshama still. You have a neshama you say, there's no need for psamim. Taisus argues and says, no, on Yantiv there's no extra neshama. So why don't you say psamim? Because you have that extra food, the meal, and that gives you the kishmak. You don't need psamim. Have a wonderful day.